Between 1864 and 1869, a scrapbook creator pasted ephemera over the pages of a used account book. In 2022, I rebound the scrapbook into 4 signatures. In this video, I take a closer look at one of the 4 signatures. The Savannah Republican was a daily newspaper printed in Savannah, Georgia between the years 1858 and 1865. Three Visions of One Head is evidently a parody written by Shirley Brooks in 1866. The original poem on which it was based was written by Thomas Haynes Bailey. According to the hymnary.org site, the background information on this next poem is a little grim. It was written by Sidney P. Gill in 1845, and she was a Sunday school teacher. During one of her lessons, one of the young children in her class exclaimed, "Oh, I want to be an angel." The child, within a few days, was attacked by a fatal disease and died. In light of these circumstances, the teacher wrote this hymn, and it was sung in the Sunday school and later published. Behind the graphic of steam billowing from a tea kettle, there is an article about James Watt of Scotland, who in 1762 made great improvements to the steam engine, which later contributed to Robert Fulton inventing the first commercial steamboat. Behind the graphic, you can see the original notations made on the account book, helping date the account book to 1851. Lastly, prominent on the page is an ad promoting Martha Washington Hair Restorer. The large etching on the page shows the Spanish conquistador Herman Cortez meeting the Aztec Emperor Montezuma, which took place in 1519. The coins at the top of the page were silver coins used in the Austrian Empire and the southern Germany states of the Holy Roman Empire. It is from the word thaler that the English word dollar is derived. Holloway's vegetable vermifuge was something that acted as a drug to cause the expulsion or death of intestinal worms. At the bottom of the ad, you see it reads, "The most pleasant and effectual worm-specific ever discovered." The scrapbook contains many religious-based items, including the poem Our Little Robert, which evidently was published at one time in the Presbyterian Herald. The poem is about a child's death and his salvation. I can't help but wonder if the original scrapbook creator intentionally was humorous in the placement of the 2 images dealing with the ear horn and the brass instrument that looks like a variation on the French horn. I love how entries from the original account book show through on the scrapbook. The etching on the left is titled A Maronite Preacher. The Maronite Church is an Eastern Catholic church. While remaining in communication with the Pope, it has its own hierarchy and clergy. The history of the Maronites has been intertwined with Lebanon. My Little Brother is a poem written by Mary Lundy Duncan. Mary was the daughter of a Scottish minister. She often wrote hymns and poems for her children. Unfortunately, she died in 1840 at the age of 25. Her mother then, in 1842, published many of her works in a collection called Rhymes for My Children. Little Willie was written by the Reverend E.W. Jones. It was set to music by C.M. Traver. Regarding Anacreon's Ode to Cupid, Anacreon was a Greek poet born around 582 BC. General Philip H. Sheridan was a career United States Army officer and a Union general in the Civil War. In 1864, he defeated the Confederate forces in the Shenandoah Valley. His destruction of the economic infrastructure of the valley, called the burning by residents, was one of the first uses of scorched earth tactics in the war. After the Civil War, he was involved in the Indian Wars, becoming noted for his quote, "The only good Indian is a dead Indian," thereby tarnishing his reputation among many historians. This is an advertising label, probably obtained when someone bought some fabric. There's a place in the left-hand corner to indicate probably the type of fabric or the number of the fabric, and then in the right-hand corner, the number of yards being purchased. Matter Printworks is likely the maker of the fabric. Madder is obtained from the root of a plant, and most often it's associated with a red color. However, the root also has many components that allows somebody to extract dyes ranging from yellow to purple. This concludes the first of the 4 signatures of the scrapbook. Thanks for watching.